I am Helen Robinson with Sherri at Culinary Kids, and today we have our famous Muffin Tin hot dog.
This is so good. We're gonna use our cornmeal flour. Do you like corn dogs? Have you ever eaten corn dogs before?
I love corn dogs. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites with my family. It's really wonderful to eat.
It's good. I mean, but those ones, like, they're usually on a stick, right? And they fry those. This is a little bit easier way for us to do it because we're gonna use muffin tins and we're gonna put the cornmeal and all the mixture there and we'll put the hot dog right in the middle.
Yeah.
That way we can just eat it with our hands. Nice and simple.
Yeah, I'm doing it for what she says, the dry one. And so I need a little butter.
Butter goes in first. So wet ingredients go on one side. That's gonna be the bowl for all of our wet ingredients. This will be the bowl for our dry ingredients. And we'll mix them together in just a bit. So butter and then sugar will be next. And you have to cream those together. Now keep in mind that when you're using recipes that call for butter, all of that goes right on in. You always check to see if that butter needs to be softened first because you don't want to get stuck and realize, oh goodness, I need to soften the butter. And the one way that you don't soften butter, don't put it in the microwave. Don't melt it. It changes the chemistry. So you really do need to let your butter sit out like overnight and it'll get nice and soft. And then you can cream it together just like Helen's doing there. That's perfect. You're smushing it together to get all that sugar and butter together. All right, Helen, the next big job, you get to do the egg. And we can leave that way. Here, go ahead and we'll pop that one right in there and get him going. There we go. So all of our wet ingredients, and it's funny because they actually classify sugar as a wet ingredient. It doesn't look wet. It's kind of granular. It doesn't look wet. But the reason that we usually put the sugar in with the wet ingredients is because the sugar has to dissolve. So we put it in all the wet stuff so that it dissolves easier. Make sure that all that sweetness kind of goes through the entire recipe. Very good. And we'll go back to mixing with all that good stuff. So all of our wet ingredients are put together there. And then Helen has assigned me to do the dry ingredients. So we've got, and please check your recipe so that you have all of your measurements, but flour and cornmeal are gonna be our blend. Now, you know, Helen, if you wanted to cheat, you really could just use Jiffy cornmeal mix, you know, to make cornbread muffins.
I'm mixing that.
You could just use that if you wanted to cheat, but you know, we like to make things a little complicated. Okay. This is our baking soda. Oh yeah, keep on going, you got this. So cornmeal, baking soda, a little dash of salt, not a whole bunch, and I'm gonna whisk all that together. Again, when you're mixing your dry ingredients, make sure you mix them too, because you don't want a clump of salt in one spot. Okay, that's looking good. All right, you ready? You get to pour the wet ones right into the dry, and then we'll start whisking them up. I'll get that part for you. Ready? Go ahead and pour us in. In they go. Lovely. Okay, now here comes the fun part is you get to whisk.
I love to whisk.
Whisk,
it's my favorite part.
Did you know that the word whisk, you like to teach, in the English language, there is something called an onomatopoeia. I don't know if you've ever considered that before. Words that sound like the sound they make, like slam and pow and crash. They sound like the actual word. Well, a whisk is an onomatopoeia because it makes that sound. Let's hear it. Whisk, 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 whisk. That's the sound it makes. So that's where that one comes from. It's kind of neat. Now, as we get ourselves ready, we probably don't need quite this many. I like to do a little something with my muffin tin papers. Now, you can do this in just the muffin tin itself, or you can use the papers. I like to use the papers. It's a little bit easier. But I also will spray our papers just a little bit. Even when you make cupcakes, it's a little bit easier to get those out and peel them off if you have a little bit of spray. Okay, ready? Let's see how, oh, perfect. Let's show everyone how nice and smooth that looks. Good job. I'll move that out your way. So we're good to go. And now all we have to do is spoon them in. Plop them right in there. Very good. Perfect. And you can use another spoon to push it off the end. Very good. Ah, stand up. Let's grab another one. We'll keep going, yeah. Perfect. And right there. Slide these right in, pick one and just insert into each piece there. Very good. And you could use sausage too if you want. This would be kind of good for breakfast sausages even, to make something a little bit different.
Yeah.
My kids would love that, I'm sure. Very good, very good. Awesome. And a couple more. So when these puff up, you're gonna have corn dogs, but you don't have to deal with the stick. So we will bake those at about 375, 400 degrees or so for about 15 minutes, and they should be all good to go. Ready? Let's go ahead and put them in, my dear. I think the oven is ready.
The secret thing is, you open up, you count 1, 2, 3, and put it in.
So I'm gonna open up, and I'm gonna let that heat come out. 1, 2, 3, so I don't burn my face. And then open it, and then we go. I love that tip. You always give the best tips. Perfect. And now
let's move it forward, the timer forward. When it's done baking, you back at it, and we can try them out.
she has a time machine. She can fast forward. This is great.
Yeah.
All right. The moment of truth. Muffin tin. Oh, those look so good. Muffin tin corn dogs. Oh my word.
They are so good.
That looks so good.
You know what I'm thinking?
Now you gotta be careful because they're all hot, you know, so don't burn your fingers.
Please.
But I'll scoop them up a little like this. Look at that. Oh my goodness, those look so good. Okay, now I'm hungry. Oh, and you could also drizzle like some ketchup or something on top of it if you wanted to when you serve it. That would work. Look at these. This is really fun. It reminds me of the parish fair.
Oh, yeah.
Corn dogs and stuff. They make fried Oreos there too. That sounds dangerous. I would eat all those up. So there we go. Here, I'll slide this out the way, and you can hold that one.
So now we have
show everybody what these look
famous
Muffin Tin Corndogs.
Muffin Tin Corndogs.
Awesome. Such a good snack. Nice work.